Okay, we're going to call to order the Planning Commission meeting for November 1st, 2023. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is to approve the meeting agenda.
This is Barb, so moved.
This is Judy, I second.
Call for a vote.
Rob and I.
Barb, aye.
Judy, I.
Bethany, aye.
Lynn, aye. Now we'll move on to the approval of the October 18th, 2023 Planning Commission meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
This is Barb, so moved.
This is Robin, second.
Call for the vote.
Rob and I.
Barb, aye.
Judy, I.
Bethany abstain as I wasn't there.
Okay, and Lynn, aye. Next is the approval of the October 18th, 2023 public hearing minutes from Ordinance 23-09, amending Chapter 7A, the zoning regulations related to home occupations and residential zone businesses. Is there a motion?
This is Barb, so moved.
This is Robin, second.
I'll call for the vote.
Rob and I.
Barb, aye.
Judy, I.
Bethany abstain.
And Lynn, aye. Next item is a public hearing and discussion for Myra Shear Residential Kennel, IUP, pages 1 through 38. Eleanor, would you read the notice as published in the Forest Lake Times?
Absolutely. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the City of Columbus Planning Commission on Wednesday, November 1st, 2023 at 6 p.m. or as soon thereafter as parties may be heard. The hearing will be conducted in person and by interactive technology at the Columbus City Hall, located at 16319 Kettle River Boulevard, Minnesota, to consider a request for an interim use permit to operate a residential dog kennel with four or more dogs at 7538 West Broadway Ave Northeast. Members of the public interested in attending in person, monitoring the meeting, or if you would like more information, should contact city offices at 651-464-3120 or visit the city website at columbusmn.us. The hearing shall continue until all evidence and testimony has been received.
Thank you, Eleanor. So I would at this time ask the applicant, Myra Shear, to please come forward and have a seat at the front table. And please give your name and address and make sure you speak into the microphone so everybody online and here can hear you.
Myra Shear, 7538 West Broadway Avenue, Columbus.
Okay. The commission reviewed your application as a normal protocol for the record. Could you brief us a little bit about your application?
I am applying for a interim use permit for residential dog kennel for 10 dogs or up to 10 dogs. And this is actually my second IUP. And prior to that, I had a license for dogs as the township, I believe it was at that time, had that in place. So all told, I've been here since 1998 with my German Shepherds.
And for the record, did you receive a copy of the staff report developed by Associate Planner Eleanor October 26, 2023 regarding this application? This report notes certain findings numbered 1 through 19 on page 35 and 36. It also notes recommendations numbering 1 through 29. Do you understand these recommendations and conditions, and do you have any questions about them?
Yes, I do, and I have no questions.
Okay, Eleanor, will you give a review?
Absolutely. Looking through Myra's application and being in contact with our animal control people. Sorry. I got a little lost in the sauce there. So as Myra stated, she has been she previously had an IUP for 10 years. As a part of this IUP, there is a yearly check-in where she provides up-to-date rabies vaccinations for all of her animals. And in the midpoint, there is an inspection by the animal control facilities that we are in contract with. She's been on time with all of those things. The previous IUP did expire last year of November 2022, in November of 2022. However, prior to that, she contacted city staff and asked for a extension due to extenuating medical reasons. The council agreed to this extension, and that's why she's coming before you now. If you look at the site plans of the property on pages 22 and 23, you can see that the area where the dogs are kept are further than 100 feet from any neighboring residence. The dogs are mostly kept within a pole barn kennel. This pole barn has heat, running water, and electricity, and also outdoor runs. And then this entire area is enclosed with a chain link fence and then a wooden privacy fence across the street-facing side. The recommendations for this application is pretty standard for all of our residential dog kennel IUPs. They go over all of the best practices for residential dog ownership at this scale. And yes, she does have the maximum number of dogs, 10 dogs at one time. However, that is the size of her lot, which is a little under 9 acres, is consistent with our code for that many dogs in that size property. I do have a couple small corrections to my report that were pointed out to me by both Commissioner Wood and Commissioner Bobick. In findings of fact number 3, the 100-day review, if necessary, will terminate on February 6th of 2024, not 2023. And the next finding of fact 4, as I explained previously, the previous IUP expired on November 14th, 2022, not 2023. And then finally, in the recommendations, I had repeated recommendation 20 and 23. So 23 will be removed, and it will be recommendations 1 through 28, as to not repeat myself. Does anyone have any questions about this? For me or for Myra?
Staff recommendation. What's your recommendation?
Oh, my staff recommendation would be to recommend approval of this IUP. I see no issues with it.
Thank you. Now I would like to open up the floor to the commissioners to see if they have any questions for the applicant.
This is Barb. Really appreciate you allowing us to come out to the property. And you were very gracious in showing us the buildings and the dogs, and they're absolutely beautiful. And I don't know how you managed to take such good care of them. It's got to be a lot of hard work, but thank you.
Welcome. Barb and I did go out there. We did discuss the 10 dogs, and if she had any, thoughts of breeding in the near future. She totally understands that she can only have 10 with this IUP. This was incredible, so we did have quite the long discussion about different things, and if ever you breed again and you're going to keep one, I'll take Violet. Violet was a total sweetheart.
So noted.
I have no problem with this.
I see no.
Clearly she's been thorough in like every aspect of every. Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to side with animal people who want to have animals, but also I think she's done a great job. So I have no issue whatsoever.
Great. Then is there anybody in the audience that would like to discuss this or online other than Bethany?
So I do have one question.
Sure.
Has there been any neighbor interaction concerns with your property?
No, nobody's interacted with me in a negative way. I mean, they haven't.
There have also been no reported animal complaints to the sheriff's office about this particular property.
Thank you.
Okay, with no one coming forward, we will now close the public hearing and open the floor to the Planning Commission for discussion of the application. Anybody have anything other than what is already presented? Then I will look for a motion.
This is Barb. I'll make a motion to approve the IUP for a residential zoned dog kennel at 7538 West Broadway Avenue in the rural residential area.
With the recommendations 1 through 28.
Yeah, recommendations 1 through, I don't have that on, 1 through 28, and findings of facts 1 through 19. Is that, okay.
Okay, the motion's been made. Is there a second?
There's Robin, I'll
This is
second.
sorry.
Okay, I'll
I'll let you do it, Robin.
I'll call for the vote.
Robin, aye.
Barb, aye.
Judy, aye.
Bethany, I.
Lynn, aye. So this will be recommended for approval to the City Council next Wednesday, November 8th at 6 p.m. I recommend you just come and if they have any questions, they'll be able to ask, but it was a pleasure. She was very nervous about coming here and being in the hot seat. I told her just to pretend we were friends and we were going to have a conversation. So thank you for coming and thank you for allowing us to come and see the kennel.
Thank you.
So any planning commissioners reports?
This is Barb, I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Nope, not me.
Okay, city administrators and planning zoning.
I
report.
have no report tonight.
I do have a question. During the Columbus event that happened, we've been contacted by Bear Home, who stated that someone had requested a tour or something like that. All right. We were just wondering how many of you might be interested in that tour. It would have to be in groups of 2, and so we can work on scheduling that with Bear Home.
So to that point, our event was quite wonderful. And I'm sure you're probably going to talk about that. And it was delightful to hear, just an extended version of their story. And yes, I very politely invited myself over and he said, sure. So.
It was very wonderful. And I just want to make one more comment that I just thought about is I work part-time at the chiropractor's office down on Freeway Drive, and a patient came in and commented on what a lovely building Blaine Brothers have and how well it looks. So I wanted to share that so that you would know, but they were very impressed with the looks of the building and how nice it looks. So.
And when you come up the freeway, you can really tell now.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? They put the siding on, the color across. It really looks sharp.
Yes. So with nothing further, I will look.
Did we answer your question?
Oh, yeah, we need to know how many of you are interested. because we told them we would send back a list, and then we're not sure whether they're going to do like in one day, whether you have like a 10 o'clock appointment, a 12 o'clock, like, in other words, they have tours at certain time, and then 2 people would sign up for a time, you know what I mean, to go through. So we're just trying to figure that out, but first we need to know how many people are interested in actually doing a tour.
I would be.
Okay.
Was that, did it,
No, I've already seen it.
Okay. So Judy, Lynn, and Bethany? Perfect.
All right.
And that's all that I have.
Thank you.
Any other reports? If not, I would look for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
This is Rob and I motion.
This is Barb, I'll second that.
It's been motion made, second. I'll call for the vote.
Rob and I.
Barb, aye.
Judy, aye.
Bethany, aye.
And Lynn, I meeting adjourned at 6:20.